Hey gents, Hammersill here. So, Asashio, as you may know, is a favorite of mine. I know a lot of people like to kind of sit back with it, use the torps, 20-kilometer range, 16 if you've got the captain perk that speeds them up, and just try to tag things from a distance. I like to push in, contest caps. The guns are actually pretty good. They don't reload as fast as some of the quote-unquote gunboats that you might encounter, but the detection range is such that you can really dictate the terms of the encounter. So, as I generally will do, put stuff into the cap. Now in this case, on this map, caps are big enough where you don't have to worry so much about instantly being caught by radar, so I went ahead and just head right into sea. Now if you're not keeping up with what's been going on lately, initially they were going to roll out the CB rework on January 23rd, but that's been postponed by a week. At least as of now, it's been postponed by a week. They may roll it back farther, I suppose, but as it stands right now, it's going to roll out to the 30th, which means the Prince Idle Friedrich missions have been extended. So if you're still in the hunt for that ship, you've got a little bit more time to try to complete that. Or if you're working on those missions that'll give you steel, you've got a little bit more time, I think, on those. I think. So one of the things I like to do if I'm going to contest a cap, especially when you've got enemy DDs with long-range torps, which Graf Bay has 7, Benson is fairly long, Fubuki I think is 10, and you can see smoke on the other side. So what I want to do is I want to angle. I want to prevent leaving a broadside target for torpedoes. And you can see my torpedoes are just coming up now, which means there's our 2, more than likely. So I'll move a little bit here and then angle my ship to be able to get away from torps if need be. Now, especially with Asashio, I like to try to find a battleship to send torpedoes toward early, but there's nothing to shoot at. Okay, so their torps could theoretically be showing up here on the center of the cap anytime, so I'm going to go ahead and angle. Anytime now. Debating about whether or not to send torpedoes for the Colorado. Wasn't exactly sure which direction he was going to go, so I didn't want to close the door on being able to torp across. Now it's time to angle. Only I've run myself to the edge of the map, so probably not going to be as easy as I had been thinking it would be. Now one thing that's really got me concerned, so you see Edinburgh there, we got this Bismarck, or Lyon, excuse me, who is pushing right up to the cap broadside. So, was it Edinburgh that had smoked up there? Yeah, maybe, but he's got range 10 torps too. And if he sent those torps for the Lyon, and they're going to arrive any second, they're probably going to cross right about where I am. So I'm thinking about that right now. And there they are. Benson is in B cap. You can see that now on the minimap. Which just leaves Fubuki. Now there's somebody in this cap with us, so I'm guessing it probably is Fubuki. torpedoes have a 20-kilometer range, and thank goodness they do. Colorado eats a couple of them. So what I'm doing here is, you look at the mini-map, you got Baltimore, Prince Edward Friedrich, Edinburgh, York. They're all starting to look like they might push up, but they haven't yet. So I was just giving them a second to kind of get out here where they could get guns on something, and there's the Fubuki. And he's smoked up. My torpedoes can't hit the Fubuki. But everybody knows that he's there. If you hear anybody talking, that's my wife, Mrs. Ann, behind me. Fubuki's making a run for it, which works for me. It means he's probably launched his torps toward this group behind me. And he's out of the cap, so we will secure it. Now, Edinburgh is still north of that island. Roughly B, there he is. I was pretty sure we were going to get this cap, but I slowed down here just to be certain, because I think Edinburgh was getting hit. So see the cap timer get reset a few times here. There it is. Okay, now I'm free to go. So, Belfast, gotta keep an eye on him. Raggle just went down, so got a Belfast, a Benson there. Fubuki north side of the B cap. So I'm deciding, okay, where's my best play? Just point out to some of our guys with bigger guns. If you finish off that Belfast, that'd be a big help. And I decide, okay, there's Fubuki. I know where Benson's at. Benson's pretty banged up, so rather than shoot up Fubuki, I'm just going to position and get guns on the Benson. And I'm playing with the throttle here a little bit, trying to avoid taking a lot of damage. So, 6 kilometers away, 2,100 or so damage, with 5,300 left. There's some hope for me, but as you can see, Fubuki Torp showed up, so I had to get out of it. Another decision, do I come hard to starboard or go around the island? I'm going to go around the island. Now, the player on our Prince Edward Friedrich, I want to give him props because you see he's pushing in. Now, there are 2 DDs there. Now, he likely sees that I'm heading at full steam to try to cause problems for the Benson. But he's charging right in, and that's exactly what we needed. We got Oleon that's at, B7. Pretty much out of things right now. Got an Edinburgh and Baltimore that are pushing up. Colorado behind an island, and rightly so. He's got a lot of things to consider on that side, but the Prince Edward Friedrich pushing up gives me the chance to get a little bit closer and see if I can't help secure this cap. Okay, so we know where Fubuki's at, or Belfast. There's the Belfast. I'm kind of inching my way in here because I'm wondering about Benson, and I don't want to catch torps crossing any second here. So what am I doing with those torps? Well, 20-kilometer range. I'm wondering if I won't catch somebody, one of those battleships coming out of the ACAP in 2 or 3 minutes. But my torps will reload with the reload booster, so if you put a few more in the water. Again, Prince Edward Friedrich is just pushing right ahead. really opening the door for, you can see Eddie's pushing into the cap now behind him. Leon now, he's moved 1 square. He's at C7. But gives me a chance to get some guns on Fubuki. And now I see where Benson's at. So the decision, what do I do? Do I run in and help? Yeah. Gotta pay attention to all these torpedoes, but see if I can after that one, Benson. Oh, he's reversing. Okay. I'm sure the Prince Adolf could have finished him off without my help there, but he's burning and maybe flooding, so not long for this world. And as I hoped would happen, one of those torps, you can see my torps way out there. And one of them hit a red ship, so I'm happy about that. Blind fire from the Belfast, both shots. He's got a little too much HP left for me to open up on him. Okay, so what am I doing here? All I'm doing is repositioning. He's probably thinking that I'm going to head straight out of the cap on the west side. So I wanted to do something that wasn't easy to predict. So I turned around. Also at this point, though we don't have the ships or the caps, the ships or the points, we do have the caps. So now I'm just harassing. See if I can finish him. It's very satisfying in a DD to kill a Belfast on the way out, so I was pretty happy about that. Eddie goes down. We've got 4 ships, they've got 6. But now I have room to work, because they don't have any more radar. Now it's a matter of just holding these caps. Some predicted torps. These kind of ranges, pretty much everything's predictive. Go ahead and reposition. Change the angles. Leon finally made it down here. So we've got Leon and a Colorado here in the cap. We've got a Baltimore that's kind of running the edge. So I'm sure dealing with the Fubuki, and Prince Idle Friedrich eats a torp and floods. Oh, hey, look at that. There's Fubuki. Get my guns all around here. Nice little surprise for Fubuki. Myself out of sight, so kick in the turbo, get behind the island. And I'm thinking Colorado, you had to have seen that Fubuki. You gotta anticipate torpedoes here any second. But he's just blissfully moving ahead. Okay, decision time. So we got Scharnhorst that I just pinged. That is trying to flank us. Gets behind us, especially with Leon taking himself out of the fight again, essentially running north of the B cap. Had a decision to make. Which way do I go? Which side do I try to cover? And I opted to try to get some torps on this bilge diver Scharnhorst, and he's had a good game. 2, 3, okay, so I'm going to save these others. Okay, so Idle Friedrich goes down, Good shot, Colorado. I lose one torp to the edge of the island, something sticking out under the water, but he didn't think to get that plane in the area quite in time to save it. Focus the plane, try to get it shot down so I'm not getting peppered with shells. And unfortunately, the 4 guys on the deck with handguns managed to shoot down the plane, so got another Scharnhorst pushing in. And I'm looking at Leon again thinking, oh man, Taterville. But what are you going to do? Okay, so we got this other Scharnhorst. Now he's pushing in, and I'm trying to decide which way he's going to go. Is he going to cross the north side of this island or the south? And since I don't have sight of him, and both our battleships are essentially in the same place now, I don't really have any way to see him. Colorado's kind of taking a beating. I'm not sure who hit him. I'm guessing a Magi. And Baltimore goes down. So we got 2 battleships, Leon and a Colorado. Colorado's banged up. Leon has managed to avoid getting his paint scratched much. But they're both in the same place, so there's no chance for a crossfire. And no help with spotting. So I'm trying to hang on to the BCAP here, because we are actually up by 5 points. Okay, well, I'll get some shots out on Amagi, and then the Scharnhorst pokes his head out behind the island. And I'm thinking, okay, we got 2 battleships. They can see him. They have to be able to get shots. It'll be broadside shots. And I'm waiting. Plane in the air. I'm probably going to need to head out. And what do I see? You guessed it. HE from the Leon. HE. And now he's sitting broadside to a Scharnhorst at roughly range 10 and an Amagi at about range 15. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way this guy's going to last long. Okay, Amagi beached himself, so those torps were a waste. What do I do here? Well, he is beached. I gotta hope that our battleship can at least finish choppy. Maybe he can get the Chapayev, and we can, my destroyer can have a little bit less to worry about as far as getting a late game radar to death. Their Sharney's moving back into the cap. He's going to secure the cap. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I could shoot him, but as soon as I did, I'd have Amagi, Chapayev, and the Sharn all shooting at me. Okay. 15 seconds. What's Amagi going to do? Is he going to keep reversing? Is he going to try and reverse back toward A? If he does, I'm thinking he'll be able to use the island to avoid getting hit by the Leon anymore. So that's what I count on. I count on him continuing to reverse. And I go ahead and put the torps out. Now Scharnhorst, I'm hoping he's going to go ahead and leave the cap. And it's a risk, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, Leon's going to go down here any time. If he goes down, Scharnhorst is certainly going to change direction. And Leon goes down. Of course, it's about 2 seconds after I put my fish in the water. So Amagi doesn't have any reason to reverse anymore. I just have to hope that even if he's not, I'll catch him at least one. He's burning, so one would be enough. Down he goes. So I got the Scharnhorst, the Chapayev, and we still got that Fubuki out here somewhere. And I've got about a minute till I'm going to have torps again. Hey, look who just showed up. Now I've got 2 smokes. I've been really stingy with the smokes, so I'm deciding, okay, I'm going to close on Fubuki. I'm going to get as close as I possibly can. Make sure that I land as many shells as possible. Make sure he dies. Then I'm going to turn and smoke and hide myself from Scharnhorst. And I'm unseen just that fast. So Scharnhorst never even had a chance to get off a good shot. Now I've got 20 seconds. I got to try to get torps on the Scharnhorst. But the Scharnhorst captain, to his credit, was very smart. And it's just now that I'm realizing, hey, I've already killed half their team. The Scharnhorst captain put himself behind some, well, a mud sill and just parked there. He knows more or less where I'm at. He knows right there. There's no way I'm going to get torpedoes on him. And with 30 seconds left to go, you can see I comment to the Scharnhorst captain that was a smart move, just on a wing and a prayer. I'll throw the torps out there in the event that he backs up that direction. So, why am I showing this one? Essentially just to show you that DDs are fun. They can make a difference, but no matter how good a player you are, you can't always carry your team to victory. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, so you got to take what you're able to do, look at it, be glad for it, and just enjoy the game for itself. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you next time.